I think this is started. Good. So, okay, guys. Everybody here? Yeah. All right, good. Welcome. As you know, this is, well, I'm calling it Earth 101, Earth School 101. You know why you're here, right? Some of you have never taken this trip before. That's okay. That's why you're here. Some of you need a little refresher, so that's okay too. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. Because I am here to point some things out to you. You need to know a few things before you embark upon this journey. Okay, all right, I know some of you, those of you who have not had this experience before, not on the planet Earth, but perhaps somewhere else, I know you're excited. And you should be. That's great. That's great. But my role is to kind of just say, okay, look, I've been there. I've been there quite a few times. And notice what you're looking at right now is my, okay, let's say present incarnation on Earth. And I'm coming to you like this to show you a little bit about what it can look like. Here I am, after sort of 60 plus years on the Earth plane. So, you can expect to look a little different. And I know you're somewhat prepared for that. I know you've gotten the brief, but really, it's something that you really don't understand until you've done it. And that's why I've been asked to come here and try to tell you as best as I can what some of the things to expect. Now, most of you know exactly when you're going to drop down, and you've chosen your parents, you've chosen your family situation, you've chosen your karmic debts or your lessons that you need to learn. Great. And I think most of you know that this is not, well, let's just say, if I can call a run-of-the-mill kind of incarnation. What we're doing here is talking to those people who are probably amongst what we would call some of the waves of the waivers, the people who have been called in to help to lift Mother Gaia out of this 26,000 year morass that it's been in. Well, maybe it hasn't been that long, but this is the cycle. This is the cycle that you're dropping into. Now, obviously, you're not all dropping in at the same time. No, I know that. And you know when you've prepared, when you've decided to drop in for whatever reason, and how old you will be at the time of the Great Awakening. Now, this is extremely important. I have done a lot of these classes for students like you who have been decided to take on a role, to take on an incarnation, or who are coming around again and who just need that kind of reminder of some of the things that are really quite difficult when you drop in. Now, I hate to dampen your enthusiasm, but it's amazing. Okay, I know, it's amazing, and I know that's why you've signed up, but also remember that you answered a call, didn't you? Some of you have answered, many of you have answered the call to drop in at this time to help, to be the light, because perhaps you haven't had this experience before, so you don't have the hundreds of years of karma to clear, which is what is needed. We need people like that. We need souls like that. We need souls who have been around the block, but also are willing to come back in, to jump in, to drop whatever the heck they're doing, and to be willing to come back in and help. Because, man, it needs some help. And I can tell you, because I happen to be there well, okay, at the moment I'm here, right? As you know, but we can be a few different places at the same time. Doesn't matter. The point is that I know what's going on. I'm there, and I'm here, and I'm here to talk to you because you're going to be there, and I'm going to tell you that it's not really what you think. It's a hell of a lot harder. You guys have no idea. It's freaking rough. The density, the density of the energy that you are going to enter, okay? Now, hopefully you picked a family, you picked a situation that is not going to be too bad. I don't know. I don't know what your karmic debts are. I don't know what you felt like you needed to handle or to experience, but I got to tell you, for everybody, it's difficult. There are tests, there are challenges. And as I said, the density, just the sheer density of the whole world and what's going on. And it's going to be confusing and it's going to be tough. And you know why? Also, not only that, I'm telling you that now, and you think, oh, okay, it's a challenge, I'm ready for a challenge. Great. Yeah, it's challenging. But, and you know this, you've been briefed. You're going to forget. You're going to forget this. You're going to forget that I told you this, that I told you how difficult it can be. And even though you're going to forget, the reason I'm telling you this is because part of you will one day remember. And this is why I'm telling you now, because this will be imprinted in your consciousness, and one day you will be ready to download this program and go, oh yeah, right now, I remember that I committed to this and I said, okay, it's all right that I don't remember. It's okay that the veil of forgetfulness drops down on me. I'll be cool. It'll be fine. No problem. Yeah, well, yeah, it's pretty difficult, isn't it? Because you will forget. You're going to forget, of course. That's the whole point. Now, there is going to be a time when people won't forget. But that's not what's happening right now. That's not the play. That's not the game at the moment. That has not happened yet. You are going to be coming in at a time just before when people are still dropping in, completely forgetting who they are and what they're there for. Now, as you know, that it's pretty exciting experience. That's why you're doing it, right? That's why everybody's been doing it for however thousands of years. People have been wanting that experience. So yeah, we get it, right? It's a great experience. And normally, it would be an experience that you would go in and you would do your best and, yeah, okay, you win some, you lose some. You build up some karmic debt. It's okay. You can handle that. You can jump in the next time and you do your best, right? And even though you forget, part of you, and again, this is why I'm here, because I will be in that subconscious part of you to be there as a little kind of voice that's going to tell you, no, it's different. No, there's something else going on here. And so normally you do your thing, you live, you die, you have your experience, and it's whatever it is. And that's, and then when you die, you remember why you went, and you think, okay, well, some of that wasn't so good, some of that was okay, and okay, I can do better. I'm gonna try again, and you got all your people supporting you, your guides, have been there, and they help you figure it out, right? Your soul counsel's there when you pass on, and they go, okay, well, that wasn't so great, but hey, look, you did pretty good, because we know it's kind of tough. Well, this is a little bit different. That's true. It's same thing holds, but this time, get this. This is when there's going to be a big, big, big awakening, and it's going to be global. It's going to be the whole Earth. The whole Earth is shifting. And what do I mean by shifting? I mean it's going to be changing its vibration. It's going to be ascending from what we call, as you know, the third density. Now, the third density It's what makes things pretty interesting, right? Makes things pretty physical, makes things real, makes the game kind of fun, doesn't it? That's part of the experience that we've been wanting to have for thousands of years. Jumping in, having some experience, and believing the play, believing the role, right? Maybe, some of you I know who are here for their, for your, for, just to get caught up, or to be reminded. Some of you have been around a number of times, and you know that you've had some pretty fun times, some pretty rough times, but it's been exciting, right? Generally, you come out of it, you pass on, you go, wow, that was pretty cool, I fought in that war, and it was pretty exciting, yeah. And you understand that in some ways it was just a role, and you had a pretty good time. Never mind, the difficulties, the stress, the whatever problems you came up against. This is a little bit different. This is why I want you to pay special attention. Because you're going in, and while you're down there, some of you are going to remember, some of you are going to remember different parts, different points. Some of you are going to remember pretty young, and that in itself has its challenges, because nobody's going to believe you. Nobody's going to understand what you understand. If you have decided or contracted to remember this early on, you're not going to have too many people that are going to understand. You're going to be, crying in the wind, because people they won't understand. They're not awake, right? So that's why you're there. That's why you've contracted to be one of those people that's going to jump in really quick and start to try and tell people what it's all about. And that's all you can do, right? Some of you are going to write your books. Some of you are going to speak in public. Some of you are going to tell as many people as you can. Some of you are going to do whatever you can to let people know. Now, for some of you, it's going to be harder than you think. And you're not going to get that many people on board. And you may think that you're actually crazy. You may believe them. People may lock you up. People may try to give you drugs and say, hey, whoa, cool out. Cool it. Like you really, just, it's relax, it's okay, everything's fine. And even though part of you understands that you really do know the truth, they may convince you otherwise for a while. So just be prepared to hold on to what you know is the truth. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. And for others, it'll be easier. Others are going to come in a little later, and they're going to be catching they're going to be riding that wave that the first people started, and they're going to say, oh, okay, well, some more people are starting to get this. More people are starting to understand that things are different, that this is the end of an era, that this is the moment in a whole, however many thousands of years, 26,000 years, that something momentous is happening on the earth, and everybody and everything is involved in that shift, in that transformation. So you're going to have a little bit of an easier time, because it's already going to start to kind of be something that people are a little bit more open to. There's going to start to be a lot more talk about it, or people have written books, people have started, we're going to have some people who are going to really open some minds, but it's going to be slow. It's going to be really slow. So you got some work to do. And you gotta believe what you believe. You gotta retain that faith in yourself that knows what is real. Because I'm telling you right now, this is real, right? You do. But when you go back, now some of you, are just here for a little bit, a short visit for just to revise this while you're perhaps sleeping. You're already in your incarnation. You're coming here to just be reminded, because you're still asleep, and this is what's trying to trigger you to wake up to the fact that everything is changing, and that it has been a game, and we've all been playing the game, and we all accepted the role. We all knew, and we also knew that we weren't really going to remember it until a certain point. And this is the thing. Now is the time. Now is the time. And you're going to be there. You're going to be there. helping people awake. You're going to be there telling them, look, this is different. This is not the end of the world. This is the end of the world as we know it. This is the end of the world, and this is good. This is when Mama Earth gets to slough off some of that terrible, terrible damage that's been done over the eons, and especially in the last couple hundred years of Earth time. It was pretty bad. You've probably seen the movies, right? You know, well, you know as well as you can that it was bad. It's been really bad. It's been gone. It's been let to go on too long. And this was always in the cards. We knew this was going to happen, and that's why you're coming in right now to do this with all the other souls that have taken on this mission, because this is the only way it's going to happen. This is an inside job, right? We're all in there working from the inside to try and be there for this shift and to let people know that it was just a play, and we are creators. We are divine sparks of God, and we have the power to change. You're going to remind people they have the power. They have the power to change everything. They forgot that. They forgot that, and there was a lot of bad energy around that wanted them to keep forgetting that. Well, game's up. Game is up. No more. Right? So that's why you're going in, and that's why it's going to be tough, because at first you're going to forget, and you're going to be playing your role, and you're going to think, well, that's all there is, right? You know, it's not a bad life, or it's not a great life, whatever you've chosen. You're going to learn some lessons, and you're going to be doing your thing, and maybe you won't have a bad life. That's great, but at a certain point, it's going to be like, okay, this is not really what's going on. What's going on? What's going on is that you are souls living in a physical body, and that now you are awakening to that fact that you have the power to create whatever you want to create, and you and all the rest of the millions of you are going to start to take that power back. And this is a momentous time. This is a we would call biblical, if you know what that, you might not know what the Bible is. I don't know how much you've learned, but anyway, this is a biblical moment. It's huge, and that's why you answered the call, and we thank you. We thank you for answering that call, for being prepared to go in right now, at whatever point you're going in, and live to this point when you're going to be around for that shift, and give all your energy. Tell people what you know, whatever you remember. Let them know that this is a time, and everything's going to be okay. In the end, everything's going to be okay. And I know you can do it. And that's why you were chosen, and that's why you chose to go in right now. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your mission, for answering the call, and Godspeed.